Week 13 matchup for you here between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Watson. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. The Browns at 500 and 6-6. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The slot man in motion right. From the 38, Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Thornton. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like The plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
7 yards there and a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. On play action, Lance. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Alvarez. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. It's Alvarez. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. We're scoreless after one. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is Swift on the counter. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
I give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this one is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
That's pulled in at the 32. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to...
He's got a man, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Now a give, right side, Swift. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for first. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run right here with Swift. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And his kick here is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5 now. Watson. He finds his man complete. It's Jenkins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he'll just protect the football and go down and take the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Watson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's Lance. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. On third down, here comes Swift. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's fourth down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Taken right around the 44. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On first down, it's Watson. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So the penalty there winds up on the offense. So obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Lions first down.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw near to a 1,500-yard campaign. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Right back to Swift again on second down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll try and run here with Swift, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eating up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Play action, now it's Lance. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Once again, it's Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
Browns 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And this is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
We'll often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Watson on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And pressure coming, and they got him once again. There Aaron Donald. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, this is going to be touchdown, but what a gift here. That's going to set the return team up in the red zone already. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A handoff, Swift running to the left. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
From the 16, Lance. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Now Lance. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Lance. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
It's now fourth down.
And his kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. DJ Chark with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they will take a knee here. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Detroit, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.